Sigma women often carry a distorted image of themselves due to their childhood experiences. They bear the echoes of shame and disgust endured as teenagers and wear masks to maintain appearances, which becomes a heavy burden. It feels like they wade through life in ill-fitting armor, cumbersome and exhausting. The path to adulthood for a Sigma woman is usually full of hardships, with challenges becoming their constant companions. They face one obstacle after another. Even after reaching adulthood, the struggles continue, with one battle leading to the next. Sigma women are often left with a haunting question, lingering in their minds. Why are they different? They constantly strive to understand why certain experiences seem to affect them alone, and why their perspectives often diverge from the majority. This feeling of dissonance can sometimes lead them to believe they are fundamentally flawed, while others may feel like giving up entirely. The origins of this experience can be traced back to childhood. Today, many Sigma women stand on this foundation, shaped by their past experiences. In this context, we will explore 6 common battle scars that mark the journey of a wounded Sigma woman. It's important to remember that these scars hold the potential for immense strength. Before we start, please like and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Now let's explore the fascinating world of the Sigma woman together. 1. Being forced to change. Identity at an early age. As a young Sigma girl, your personality is unique and blossoming. However, society often demands conformity to a pre-approved mold. Parents and teachers may pressure you to reshape who you are, forcing you to abandon your true self at a crucial stage in your development. The constant message to be more extroverted can make you feel like your favorite song has been remixed into a bland, generic pop tune. This pressure to conform can lead to a mistaken diagnosis of ADHD. You may feel bombarded with the idea that constant cheer and sociability are the only paths to happiness, while your love for solitary exploration and inquisitive nature is deemed abnormal. Raising a Sigma child is a unique experience. They are independent thinkers who forge their own paths, constantly questioning and uncovering secrets that others may try to shield. While academic success is important, understanding their complex minds can be a challenge. Many parents may feel overwhelmed, mistaking the Sigma's unwavering desire to be understood as stubbornness. It's a classic Stoic dilemma, reconciling your inner world with the expectations of others. 2. Growing up confused and feeling like an outcast. Imagine a young tree growing in the dense shade of a towering oak. Sunlight struggles to reach its leaves, leaving it stunted and unsure of its direction. This is the experience of many Sigma girls growing up. They don't necessarily feel badly damaged, but rather like they're living in a constant state of confusion. They perpetually feel like outsiders
due to the watchful
eye of controlling parents who teach them to stifle their true selves. The fear of acting out, being labeled difficult, or worse, keeps them grounded.
They exist in a world full of shoulds
and shouldn'ts, where their natural inquisitiveness is often seen
as a threat to the established order. Their bold opinions are met with raised eyebrows
and hushed tones, making them feel ostracized from their peers. As a young and intelligent Sigma girl, there are challenges that come with being malleable. While they are able to navigate these challenges with their intelligence, it also leads to a deep sense of loneliness. Those closest to them often misunderstand them, and their inner struggles go unnoticed. They learn early on that expressing their concerns only causes more trouble, so they keep it all inside. This leaves them with countless unanswered questions swirling in their minds, leading to a sense of isolation. However, in this state of isolation, they find that being alone is the only place where they feel truly safe. They learn to separate themselves from the chaos around them and find comfort in their own thoughts. This can be seen as a Stoic response, finding inner peace amidst external turmoil. 3. Being misunderstood and vulnerable to labeling. Sigma girls learn an early and harsh lesson. Stepping outside the lines typically ends poorly. Daring to be different, to follow their instincts, often leads to hurtful labels. Being called names becomes a constant reminder that they don't quite fit the mold. This makes them vulnerable to being ostracized or mocked, creating a confusing, emotional landscape. Many Sigma girls, in an effort to belong, adopt a sweet and agreeable persona designed to please others. After internalizing the consequences of defying authority, Sigma girls become keen observers. They meticulously dissect what earns approval, leading to their people-pleasing tendencies. This tendency is a survival strategy in a world that seems to reject their authentic selves. However, as they mature, a simmering resentment begins to rise. The realization that they'll never be fully understood by those who misunderstand them fuels a rebellious spirit. Breaking free from this cycle of people-pleasing and stifling expectations is a long, arduous battle. Not every Sigma woman escapes this cycle. Some get pulled back in, succumbing to the pressure to conform, others fearing the unknown that lies beyond the familiar confines of their self-constructed persona, settle for a less fulfilling life. It's only when they reach a point of self-awareness, realizing that they've been living a life dictated by external expectations, that the true journey begins. This is where you are now, embarking on a quest for self-understanding and reclaiming your authentic self. For not having a clue of who you really are, many Sigma women go through the experience of looking at themselves in a distorted mirror and not recognizing the face they see. They lose touch with their true selves due to the constant pressure to conform and the labels society puts on them. This leaves them questioning their identity and lacking a strong sense of self-worth. The only lifeline they have is the natural ability to detect deception. They become characters in someone else's story, caught in the narratives of others. They lack the awareness that the image projected by parents and teachers is just a facade, and an attempt to hide their true selves. Their unique potential and independent mind remain hidden and unrecognized. This dissonance leads many Sigma women to believe they are broken or cursed with a faulty internal compass. Some of them surrender to despair, while others become people pleasers as a coping mechanism to earn validation from others. Some may even resign themselves to a life that feels unfulfilling. However, it's important to remember the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control, in this case, actively seeking knowledge and understanding to reclaim your authentic self is the first step towards becoming the powerful and unique individual you were always meant to be. 5. Being raised by abusive or overprotective parents. The worst environment for a Sigma woman. Imagine a garden choked by thorny vines, a place where beauty struggles to thrive. This is the experience of Sigma. Women raised by abusive or overprotective parents. An abusive parent, consumed by narcissism, may view their Sigma child as a threat rather than a blossoming flower. The Sigma child's independent spirit, described as stubborn and daring, may be perceived with suspicion and hostility. As the Sigma child grows older, their desire to follow their instincts and pursue unconventional ideas may clash with the rigid expectations imposed by their parents. Despite their unconventional ideas being potentially brilliant, they may be viewed as weird and crazy by their parents. Overprotective parents, on the other hand, can be like smothering hedges. They mean well, but ultimately hinder growth. They struggle to accept a Sigma woman's burgeoning independence, clinging to the illusion that their little Sigma still needs constant protection. Parents who are both abusive and overprotective often underestimate the resilience of Sigma women. They do not realize the strength that lies beneath their surface, enabling them to handle these challenging dynamics gracefully, even if it may come off as prickly. The insults and attempts to dominate by abusive parents are like weak weeds compared to the deep-rooted power of the Sigma spirit. 6. Always internalizing the hurt. Imagine a woman who identifies as a Sigma personality type. She carries within her a heavy burden of negative emotions that have accumulated over the years due to experiences of disappointment, frustration, and being labeled as an outcast. These emotions are bottled up inside her, eating away from within. Sigma women tend to internalize their pain because they fear nobody will understand them. Even if they try to express themselves, they often feel judged and misunderstood by others. This silence and lack of emotional expression can cause others to perceive them as unemotional or excessively calm. However, this calmness is just a facade, hiding a storm of hidden emotions, which can lead to feelings of vengeance and a reluctance to forgive. Every Sigma woman carries the scars of early life experiences that have shaped their personality. The good news is that even deep wounds can heal. Just like a damaged flower can be nurtured back to life. Nobody should be forced to abandon their true selves or punished for being authentic. Feeling like an outcast or a puzzle piece that doesn't fit is the root of the Sigma's stay-away attitude, which can often be confusing for parents, even though they mean well. Their attempts to help Sigma women by setting up blind dates or forcing them to socialize can backfire, adding more pressure to an already overflowing emotional cauldron. A mother's concern for her daughter's happiness or a father's fear of her loneliness can be expressions of love, but they can also be unintentionally stifling. Healing for a Sigma woman is a long process that requires self-discipline and a willingness to confront the emotions they've kept hidden for so long. Watching videos can be a helpful starting point, but true change can only come from taking action, applying the knowledge gained, and embarking on a journey of self-discovery. If you made it this far, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Until next time.